Hey folks, Nilay here. I'm a full-time AI enthusiast, part-time investor, and a platform consultant. I help companies to build AI, machine learning, and data platform. It's been a while, almost a year, since I recorded my last vlog. A lot of time consumed. I happily, I should say, with the MLESX platform, which was rewarding baby, and now it is shipped, sailed, and acquired. So, sort of a breather, a bit a rare opportunity to loosen up and rest, which I'm taking all of out of it. I'm trying my best to take all of out of it, honestly, between before I get into the next consulting opportunity. Meanwhile, I thought, well, I'm I got time, which is a very pleasant thing to have, and why shouldn't I pick up something which I really wanted to build and I never got a chance to build? So here we go. WhisPhy is something I conceptualized a year ago, year and a half ago, but obviously I was busy on something else, so I couldn't put some more time on it. Um, but WhisPhy is basically a kind of agentic AI uh, that that is a composite agentic AI which listen to stream of audio. It it can be a live audio as well, live audio stream. It doesn't need to be a recorded audio stream. It listen to a live audio stream, and it listen through directly a physical aux cable, or it can listen via virtual loop cable or virtual loop a driver as well. So here, the kind of a demo I have built, which I would like to share, I'm using actually a virtual cable. So what is happening is on the Microsoft Edge, on a browser, I'm running a live TV channel, and I'm pushing that audio stream to the virtual cable. So I can't hear it, but my program can listen it. And before I deep dive into this particular architecture diagram, let me show you what it does basically. So this is a cable, physical cable, sorry, a virtual cable, you can see, and a TV channel is running behind the scene. It's listening to the TV channel. However, I must say that this is for education purpose, and secondly, uh, the the models which are listening this are local. They are not sending anywhere. So if you want to mimic what this particular WhisPy does, it's like a human sitting in living room watching a TV, listening a TV program, and analyzing and making notes. So number one, it does not store as data, it analyzes and makes note out of it, and it does everything locally. So it never pass the data of any other anything that we are listening to any other company or any other place. And that was the whole idea of a WhisPy, is a personal assistant sitting on a computer who can actually plug in to system sound drivers, not on application, but system sound drivers. So if I'm talking to someone, I'm talking on my if I'm having a conversation, it can do the transcripts, not just transcript, but can also analyze, make a notes of it. If I want it to watch certain TV program, it can watch TV program, live TV program, like market news channel and something, and gives me a summarize update throughout the period it's running. So that is a key idea of a WhisPy, is a mostly something, maybe a customer care unit is running WhisPy on their local computer. When they're talking to someone over the voice, it looked through the local device, an AI application, use it to make a transcript, use it to make it a sort of a summarization, can also take certain keywords and go on internet and search of those things and bring it on your screen to make more conversation productive, conversation more faster. For example, a customer is saying about a particular order number, or a complex problem, and AI will able to transcribe, type, and automatically go on a Wikipedia and bring the page, and possibly three different solution or pages and sort of thing. And that helps a customer care to resolve the issue very quickly, frequent, and probably productively as well. So that was the whole idea of a WhisPy. And today I'm going to demonstrate something which I could say, uh, how the WhisPhy watched the TV program. So let me show you. So I let the WhisPhy watch some TV program, and what it was doing is it is not storing any data. So it was constantly listening on a TV program. It gathers the context and then use the model, which are local Phi model, Microsoft Phi model, and agentic AI on top of that, which is also locally running agentic AI, and then keep summarizing the conversations it hears and gives me continuous update, like what it is listening, what it is talking, what people are talking about. So they were talking about the Bureau of Labor Statistic. We know the job data market recently came, and you can see the timestamp. So it's just recently been uh, discussed, talking about Mr. Donald Trump and his big beautiful bill, and and the tariff things and all sort of thing. It's talking about economic output, and more importantly, it has a lot of noise when an anchor and when an interviewer and the person who is providing an expert opinion, or a guest, they do talk in conversations. There are a lot of noise around it. There is a lot of subtlety around it. But when the model brings that information and process it, it brings the very accurate nuances. So you can see here, it got a lot of conversation happening here. But what is summarized brilliantly for market, because this was optimized for market: economic output, rate cuts, bipartisan support for rate cuts, for slowing economy. And these are the Federal Reserve's independent indication, which also advocate for rate cuts today. Fiscal policy, they discuss. Geopolitical tension, they discuss. We know there are some unfortunate events happen today, but the idea is basically it actually it actually was watching TV for me, uh, like I would say my PA, my personal assistant, and it was summarizing me and giving me notes, that what it has watched, what is happening in a real time, almost a real time. Every 1 minute or 2 minutes, it provides me a notes, and I designed it to understand, like, okay, only give me the notes that are important for how the market should react, and what is relevant to the financial markets. So it's a sort of a brilliant, and it was able to look into, when it talk about Oracle, it also brings the symbol Oracle. They haven't talked about Oracle symbol here anywhere, but they talked about Oracle. It brings the Oracle symbol. Uh, then what was the context they were talking about? They were talking about a cloud infrastructure outlook earning report, because Oracle's report today came. It was brilliant, and it's one of the best day Oracle got today. Positive language. It analyzed what the positive language they were talking about in the cloud infrastructure. They have indicated a very strong growth in cloud services, which is all which is all exactly what happened, and a lot of a good increase in the stock prices as well. So it's very well structured, a real-time summarization. Similar with Apple. Apple got also today their conference, and they actually announced their new phone and sort of thing. um, and it also brought every other performance and in a real time. Basically, it's all real time. So let me show you some of the very interesting areas which I actually noticed. There is when Apple's conference was going on, and it was listening what people are talking about, what Apple conference is going on, and it actually identified a lot of good things, like um, what new models gonna bring, like a 6.3 inch with 120 megahertz refresh rate. um, then their pricing strategy, market reaction, product features, hardware innovation. One of the things that highlights me is that it picked up A19 in-house processor. Now, interestingly, A19 is a new and latest chipset. No LLM should know about it until Apple actually decided to let us know that we are using A19 chipset. So it tells us that how how brilliantly it works with that agentic capability and a Microsoft Phi model, which was sitting behind. The Whisper model is used to transcribe, and the Phi model is being used for reasoning. And between the Whisper and the Phi model, there is an agentic capability which enable the Phi model to actually operate with the better context awareness. And that was really a kind of a kind of a breakthrough, I would say, in my personal opinion. With a very little work, I hardly put 2 days actually into this whole business of this POC, but it really picked up so brilliantly. I can just say that, okay, it just blown my mind, and it tells me that how much potential it has. And it picked up the conversation on the market focus on China, and it also picked up a lot of potential risk in terms of supply chain. I was reading it, and I was like blown away with the kind of insight is brought. In a simple word, if I would say, does it can it do better job than me? I'm a quite market aware enthusiast person, and I listen those news very carefully. I would say in one way it can defeat me is I may not able to pick up all the nuances that AI had picked up. But AI will not defeat me or beat me when it comes to contextual depth of reasoning ability. But AI doesn't need to beat me there because I have my brain and I can easily use it whenever I want. But what AI can do for me is AI can benefit me by 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 taking away all the blind spots, because as a human my attention span is challenging. I could have challenges on my attention span. I may not able to have all the nuances monitored and stayed on focus with the level that is required, but AI can do, and that is a complementary. So it's basically a win-win partnership between me as a decision maker and AI as my assistant to listen everything, and probably not just listen one channel but listen 5 different market channels, bring the analysis together, compile it, and provide me. So I'm like acting like a president, and I got all my best people who are watching different set of television, trying to give me different perspective from geopolitical to economics to finance markets to equity markets and the individual company performances, which is actually the real purpose of this particular WhisPhy, which I'm building, is like to be your sidekick who can watch TV for on your behalf, so you don't have to watch TV by yourself. Well, it sounds really stupid, but it's really fun, to be honest. But yeah, it did a lot of good things. So you can see the product announcement. Apple announced iPhone 17 with the satellite connectivity, new watch Ultra, and we can see that all amazing thing. It This is also surprised me is the FDA clearance for hypertension hypertension detection. I never knew. I didn't picked up this when that conversation was happening. So kudos and well done. Honestly, I think AI is definitely uh, winning on that front, especially the context awareness. And if we go through a couple of other areas, that yeah, it just did simply brilliant, simply brilliant. Picking up Oracle, and you can see here when they were talking about different companies, it identify the codes, and then bringing the context from different places, and super. Just I have no other words. You can read by yourself how good. If I can actually, yeah, you can read by yourself how brilliant it is actually in that regards. Uh, just brilliant, just brilliant. But always make sure whenever you're making something like this, the transcript is not our data, so it has to be in memory and destroyed. What we can keep is the summarization to a reasonable extent that cannot be reverse engineered back to the original transcript. So it has to be a summarized, short, meaningful information that you can retain, but should not retain the transcript because it's generally a copyright of the broadcaster. So it has to, we can listen like that, the way the human listen and analyze it. The AI can listen, analyze, and generate a sort of a summaries for you, like any usual personal assistants would do. And this is exactly how the ethically we should deal the data with. So I want to make sure that everyone understand that this is not for data scrapping, should not use it, only use it for this kind of purpose. And I'm not going to make it online because I know that there is a possibility that uh, uh, many could actually use it in a bad context. I'm not blaming anyone or saying, but it could be in a bad hand. It could actually be very dangerous kind of capability. But I think the capability does exist, so any smart person can already can do this thing. But I don't want to be the me who actually facilitate anyone to do such uh, thing. But I'll probably, this is a very useful thing for companies, especially trading companies, and summarize this sort of summary is coming to the trading desk and people can benefit from it. So what are the actual true benefits that comes out of it? Number one, it can listen to multiple stream. It can listen to one stream, completely up to how we want to implement. But most importantly, it is edge deployment. The WhisPhy is edge component. It uses Microsoft Phi 4, which can run on local computers very easily with the limited memory bandwidth. And then we got a Whisper, OpenAI Whisper, which is also local component. They doesn't need to go on cloud. It doesn't need tokenization on cloud and anything. It just works locally as it is. So first of all, it works locally. WhisPy is built with the consideration that it can actually run on components like Jetson Xavier NX, which is something I'm actually very pretty much looking to acquire as soon as possible, or something like Google Coral accelerator, if you are aware of that, or Raspberry Pi accelerator. So what it can work as your personal assistant, which can plug into any audio stream, summarize conversations for you, whether your Skype conversation, whether your WhatsApp conversations, whether your Teams conversations. Uh, keep it keep it within your computer boundary. Do not store anything, so no data leaks can happen. Summarize things, obfuscate things where other sensitive information comes through, and then you can keep them as your automated note, as you feel appropriate and as you feel safe, in order to persist that summarized information. But what are the broader benefit of such capability is, right now all of this kind of contextual MCP searches, whether it's Slack or Teams, they do within the platform, they don't go outside. But when we as a human, or as a programmer, if I'm sitting on my computer, I use Slack, I use sometimes conversations for team, my conversation also happen on some other channels, on a GitHub conversation, issue conversation, and all of those things. And the challenge with me is, I cannot have agent which can go across horizontally and only bring the conversation that involves me. So here are two conditions that generally currently struggle with MCP. One, conversation that involves me, and number two, the conversation across the various platform that I engage. And WhisPy is to solve that problem. So natively running an agent on your local machine, going through GitHub issues, uh, going through your Slack messages, going through your Teams messages, going through your Teams conversation whenever they are happening, or calls when they're happening, because it can actually take the transcript straight out of the calls, or your own visual notes or your own audio notes that you're basically talking to your own machine and leaving the instruction or something like that as a reminders and sort of thing, notes and other stuff. So WhisPy can provide that horizontal capability, that find me everything across every application I engage locally, And across the application, that concerns me. And that is where the true potential of WhisPy is. So couple of case studies I was thinking in my head was like a customer care unit. The customer care unit is talking with, let's say, a product support. The person is talking what issue they are facing. The transcribe pick up the issue very quickly, summarize it, go into the wiki, product knowledge bases, bring the information even before the customer care executive would like to see, and make the conversation flawless, make the conversation more enjoyable for both parties. Uh, uh, Reduce your call waiting hours, reduce your engagement hours with individual call. It can bring a lot of automated productivity on board, which I think is not currently tapped well. On the other hand, it can also bring more complex tasks with let's say, um, like as customer care, we know that some abuses could happen or something like that. And as a as a as a complete agnostic layer, AI can actually identify abuses very well and can provide better training to staff, or can actually protect the staff who are subject to be abused at that time from customers or someone else. So there are a lot of capabilities that this kind of infrastructure would need. But the risk is if it becomes centralized, then it becomes the kind of a big brother. But it remains local, it remains the friendly assistant, not storing information, but contextualizing it, summarizing it, and benefiting you to increase your productivity. That's what the whole idea is, not to create a big brother who watch, listen, everyone. It basically to create a localized product which can actually be your companion instead of being uh, a data scrapper for organizations. So let me know how do you like it. I am currently building an MCP server and hopefully to build more advanced AI agent on top of WhisPy and see like how it works. So WhisPy can pass to Kafka and data store the summaries, and MCP server can allow them to be used with other kind of AI application. And it Let me know how do you find it, and I'll let you know how my MCP server goes through. I'll probably do next a next video on MCP server when I finish this. But it was a really wonderful project. I really enjoyed 2 days on WhisPy. It's just a 2 day old baby, to be honest. Uh, from first line of code I scratched till the last line, but it was amazing. And it successfully worked with, as I said, like the virtual cable and also the physical cable. So it can go with the physical machines, it can go with the virtual machines. It has ability to take students has ability to take a small handheld devices to work in this way, particularly as long as around 8 GB of RAM is available. WhisPy need 8 GB of RAM to operate, including the both of the underlying components such as like a Phi and Whisper. But awesome. It was really brilliant. I really enjoyed working on this particular small piece of project. And I'm going to carry on for a couple of days and see where it takes me. But thank you very much. Have a really good day, and let me know what you think, and any questions, any suggestions. I'm always looking for a good people, good engagement on any platform. Thank you very much, and take care.